that's what he does oh so well.
Now DJ from the fairway. 178. Dialed in nicely, landed pen high, and 2 birdie putts for our first featured group of the day.
Wow, did that look good, John?
Wow.
Their competitor putt, because it can influence what they want to try and do there, and you could see that was a classic example. You know, we saw Terrell Hatton's ball just sort of fall off ever so slowly to the right. DJ may have in fact made an adjustment on his read.
Should be a little slide from his right-hand side, and the green's maybe just a hair slower with some morning dew. Can be aggressive. Early look at a par 5, and the par 5s around this golf course, certainly the soft underbelly. You want to take advantage, but to do that, you make sure you find the fairway here at the 3rd. We saw a few players on this par 5 get home with irons yesterday.
And there were 9 there because he was making me nervous. DJ from just off at 3.
And this shot will make you nervous, and that's pretty smart there from Dustin Johnson. Just get the ball up the slope. We saw various holes, the par 3 on the back 9 yesterday. I should just nosedive a little bit to his right-hand side at the end of its journey. A number of those holes into long par 4s. Interestingly, Dustin Johnson played the par 5s in even par yesterday, so really didn't take advantage of this area of the golf course. The hole is 461 yards. This one's a handful.
DJ 3 for 3 fairways.
Smashed one down here yesterday.
That was intentional, or whether it's just weather dependent.
Still a lot of moisture out on the turf. A little bit more after Dustin Johnson's through there. Still moist out with the morning dew. Now John Rollins, who's with over on the 6, right side of the tee, DJ.
That's a good point there, Mark. A lot of the amateurs just walk up onto the tee box, put it right in the middle of the tee box every time. You can see, you can learn a lot from these guys. You can see that massive slope that runs down there. Talked about that in the flyover. Good thing is you've got that tree up there on the behind the green there. You can always start at the right edge of that tree, try and turn it back as Dustin Johnson's done. That's like an absolute beauty. You can see here, absolutely perfect. Great line there. You can see both forearms dead on line. That's usually an indication that right elbow gets a little high, right forearm gets a little high, and that can move the putter blade left, but that was perfect. If Dustin Johnson can roll the rock, we are going to see a lot of birdie putts.
Rating PGA in the 8th, 605 yards worth of par 5.
Again, another one of those holes that, to the player, runs fairly straight, as a number of holes here do.
We'll salvage the par with that lag putt. DJ now, his second shot at the 8th.
308 yards, just the 3-wood there for position. Oh, he's going to creep it up. A great point. You know, proximity to the hole is definitely, when you talk about those numbers too, they're average numbers. So, you know, we've had a couple further out, we've had a couple closer, and he'd love to get this one close. And that's going to just hold on. See that mark up ahead there too, that's Adam Scott. He'll get a bit of a teach here from Dustin. No doubt he'll be watching this one. And that one was always a little bit high. So if Adam is watching that one, can learn something.
DJ is perfect in hitting greens today. 8 for 8.
I was going to say make it 9 for 9, but that one's just going to...
Well, he hit the green a bit. All right, his third. He took very little time.
Yeah, he did rush in and play that one. Now it's all about limiting the damage.
And that is how you do it. And DJ has sprayed his tee shot off to the left. So he's in the rough. DJ had it 10. Left rough.
You've got to be a little careful from this wispy rough. You can easily get one that comes out there flying and doesn't spin like that. Oh, shucks. Whatever you choose, you have to commit to the job at hand.
Go, 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 go. Get go, go, get a little bit. Make that. That's so close.
All right, for par. Wow, second very good par save in his last few holes for Dustin Johnson.
Yes, sir.
Moving in that direction.
Okie dokie. Very nice strike.
DJ on the way.
493 yards is this 12th hole.
Oh, yeah, dude. Come on, DJ.
Someone in the crowd like that.
After the birdie at 12, on the tee at 13.
Shortish par 4, 410 yards this hole. One of those greens also that's raised off the fairway. And if you're coming out of the rough, it makes for an awkward target. This is where judgment of this is so important. You might just see him fly this somewhere around the front of the green, trying to run it back to the hole location. Look at the slopes on this green.
May not have been pretty good.
Curl off and fall well off the green. This is his third.
Seems like the lie's okay. Should able to grab a little check on this thing and control the distance. That's nice. Now he gives it right back with bogey here on 13. Should he knock this in?
Little bogey for DJ. Puts him back to level par.
Another one of those straightaway par 4s. Dustin Johnson coming off a bogey.
Right.
Looking to try and make amends with a good tee shot. Right, just creeps into the first cut. That should be no harm down that left-hand side. Over to Dustin Johnson. Second shot. Staring right down the barrel.
Yeah, it's always good when you've got a camera tower like that in the background. You can sort of work the ball from left to right, back to this back right pin location, as is he's done there very nicely.
You know, being an on-course announcer for PGA Tour Live, among other institutions.
You can decide on a speed, you can choose the line. So many people try and do that the opposite way around, pick the line before the speed. And that's the wrong order.
A little wishy-washy there for DJ. Was looking for the bounce-back birdie. Unable to take advantage. Still 2 under par for the day. That's one of the better rounds on the golf course. Right in the thick of things at even. First tournament back since the US Open. Was in the field, planned to play out in Las Vegas. Penalty area down the left. Huge bank down that left-hand side.
Get the hole. Get the hole.
He's screaming, go. Careful. And that little valley there, that claimed a number of golfers in round one. A little movement for Dustin Johnson.
Boy, and that gathered some speed in the last third of that putt, didn't it?
That thing nosedive to the left-hand side.
Yep, well done.
Safely in, remains at even par 4 the championship, 7 back. Not Dustin Johnson, he's got a par 5 in front. Similar distance, similar angle, similar lie.
Get the hole. Get up, ball.
Similar shots
Let's go.
to creep into red numbers. Appeared to be looking for that one to fall to his right-hand side. He didn't do so and left it a little malnourished.
Yeah, much better day on the greens today for Dustin Johnson. Just 24 putts to this point. I'd like to go with the driver. I thought some guys might do this on this hole.
He didn't spare the horses on that one. That got the full treatment.
A huge chunk of rust fell off of Dustin Johnson today with this great round of 66.